All right, welcome back. So, if you're fortunate enough to own one of these fine pieces of Mopar engineering, whether it's the Jeep Liberty or its cousin, the Dodge Nitro, you probably have some heat problems, which is why you're watching this video. So there's two reasons why either the Liberty or the Nitro would have heat issues, and it's either it's the blend door, which is a little door under the dash that when you turn the heat on, it closes off the cold side and allows the hot air to come through. And usually what happens with that, it's an actuator. The actuator quits working, or the gears get jammed or something. I don't know. I haven't been fortunate enough to have that issue. The other issue is the one that I've had, and that's it's the heater core. So there's two things that you can do to try to remedy this, and one is to backflush the heater core, which is what we're going to do now. And if that doesn't work, then you have to replace it. Well, I've already replaced it 2 years ago, to be exact, and I don't want to do it again. To replace the heater core isn't an easy task. You pretty much have to remove everything. I'm pretty sure that's step one. If you were to look it up in the manual, step one would be remove everything. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna backflush the heater core, but I'm gonna do something different. When I replaced it 2 years ago, it worked great for that winter. Then the next winter, last year, it wasn't working again. So I backflushed it, and it worked okay. It got us through, but now there's no heat again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some CLR. So let's get going. So here's the heater hoses at the firewall where they connect to the heater core. I'm going to disconnect there, and I've got two, let's see, you can see them, here we go. I've got two pieces of heater hoses that I'm going to connect, and I'm going to hook a water hose to that. I'm going to backflush it first, and then I'm going to fill it with CLR and let it soak for about 10 minutes and then reflush it. Okay, now I've got my scrap pieces of heater hose attached. Now, when it comes to flushing the heater core out, you'll see you'll hear various opinions, and people seem to be pretty adamant about their point of view. Some say it doesn't matter which way you put the water in to flush it out, and others say no, it has to go in the reverse direction. I don't know which one is forward or reverse. So what I do is I flush it out both sides. So seems like a pretty good compromise to me. So I'm just gonna connect my leaking water hose up, and that didn't work. I'm just flushing it out. At first it was just coolant, and then it got real foamy, and now it's just clear water that's running through. So all right, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to put it in the other pipe and other hose, and flush that out. Yeah, that's pretty brown looking, actually. Okay, you can see it's pretty brown. It's actually kind of turning orange now. I'm going to let this run until it turns clear. Okay, we're getting there. It's still got some color to it, but it's not exactly clear yet. Now, there may be some truth to what side you go in, because right now I'm on, hang on. Okay. Right now there we go. I'm hooked up to the right side, the passenger side heater hose. at first I was hooked to the driver's side hose, and it didn't take but a second and the water was running clear. Now this has been running for over a minute now, and on the passenger side hose, and it's finally running clear now. So I'm going to turn that off. Okay, so I've got some CLR, and I'm just going to pour some in here. Okay, right now water's coming out. Right now water's coming out of the other hose. I'm just going to continue to fill until I see the CLR starting to come out. Okay, now the water's starting to turn a little green. I'm going to keep going because I want as much of the water out as possible. Okay, I'm going to hold this up and finish pouring the rest in there. Okay, full. Now, I'm going to let this sit about 10 minutes. Got to figure out a way to hold these hoses up. I wasn't thinking. And I'm going to let this sit about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to flush it back out. Okay, well, I didn't let it soak for 10 minutes. Instead, I just let it soak for 7. I got to thinking about it, and I felt like 10 may be a little bit excessive, so. Okay, now I'm going to flush this out and reconnect the heater hoses, and we'll see if the heat works. So I'm out driving, trying to get it up to temperature. It's not completely up to temperature, but yeah, the heat's already kicking. I'm starting to sweat. So yeah, that definitely worked. When I flushed out the CLR, I flushed it from both sides, the right and the left side, and just ran it until clear water was coming out. So anyway, that did the trick. Maybe that'll get us through another winter. Hope this helped. Also, if you're new to the channel, if you're into cars at all, consider subscribing. Right now, my son and I are working on his Mustang SN95. It's a budget drag car. He's just turned 14 years old and wants to get into drag racing, and I'm making him fund the project. So anyway, so like I said, when it's a budget, when I say it's on a budget, it's on a budget. Also, got a couple other projects going on. I got a 68 Mercury Cougar and a 49 Lincoln Cosmopolitan. Anyway, I go to a lot of car shows and try to go to as many races as I can. And so like I said, if you're into cars at all, consider subscribing. Hopefully there'll be some content in the future that you'll enjoy and maybe learn something from. All right, see you in the next one.